everybody, Derek here again, back with another video, and guess what? I'm getting sick again. I can't believe it. All I ever do is get sick. But in any case, I wanted to give you guys a quick update as to where I am with this monoshock setup. So in my last video, I showed you a little bit about how I mounted this shock at the top of the frame here. This video, what I wanted to show you is where I'm at with the swing arm. And I think I changed my mind a little bit with the swing arm, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Now, what I was showing you here was the fact that I needed to reinforce the swing arm with lateral supports so that the force of the wheel coming up and the force of the shock pushing down on the swing arm wouldn't cause the swing arm to bend. So I'm scrolling through Instagram looking at all the bikes on there like I usually do. And I came across this little Honda, I believe it was a 400 or a 450 twin. This guy converted it with a monoshock setup similar to what I'm doing right here. But he didn't add those supports onto the swing arm that I was talking about. Instead, what he did was just mount with small gussets the bottom of the shock directly onto the swing arm. So I messaged this guy and I said, how does that swing arm not bend if you don't have any supports on it? He swears to me that this does not bend. He said he was actually even jumping it. So I don't know, maybe he was jumping it. So first off, lengthen the swing arm. So I took some quick measurements and I measured where I was going to cut the swing arm to lengthen it. Now this doesn't look like much, and in fact, next time if I did it, I would do it differently. The only thing I did with this, I measured the gap of the dropouts. I also made up a bar and I put the axle through this. So now I have the dropout gap width. So I'm thinking to myself, if I'm going to mount the shock right around this section here, how am I going to reinforce this swing arm so it doesn't bend when the shock pushes down on it? So I thought maybe what I can do was add some reinforcements inside the actual swing arm. This proved to be a little bit more tricky than what I thought it was going to be, because these dropouts, when they were welded on, they actually extend inside this swing arm right here. So as you can see on the bottom, this is where that dropout extended right into the swing arm. So I ended up cutting it out. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to close that up. But now, having it hollow inside, I think what I'm going to do is use some heavy bar. And I'm going to reinforce this swing arm with a piece of bar that goes through here. I'm hoping that's strong enough. And then all I need to do is build a small gusset for the shock mount right in this section right here. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. I'm not an engineer. I work trial by error. I think it might turn out pretty good. It'll look really clean when it's done and it won't have any lateral supports going across that I keep talking about. It'll give the bike a real clean appearance at the back. I'll show you in a later video what I'm going to do with the actual brake and the rear caliper, how it mounts, because I'm going to be able to pull that down towards the swing arm and get it nice and tight. So that's where I'm at with the swing arm. And if you're wondering, the bike's pretty high right now. I was able to pick up this nice cart stand. It's actually an old GB desk from one of the school boards around here, but it serves as a really good stand because I was going to buy myself a nice motorcycle lift with a flat deck, but I think that 400 bucks could go towards other things right now. So this works pretty good. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to my channel for updates on the bike. Follow me on Instagram, and we'll see you in the next one.